It's always pretty interesting taking what we've recorded and playing it live. We're not just trying to replicate what was done in the studio. When we start rehearsing for the live show, it can kind of take on a different life.
Waiting in the home for rescue, gotta have faith, you'll be here. Doctor said
I am Dan.
Hey, I'm Mitchell.
And we're Cut Copy, or half of Cut Copy. How you doing?
shine, brother, shine on.
I think when we started out as a band, we would get up to Sydney quite a lot. It was pretty amazing. It was, guys just sort of putting on these events themselves, really sort of creating a new scene that was just going really wild.
I think we're probably as influenced now by club culture as probably we were when we were just sort of starting out. A lot of people that were coming to our shows were equally invested in club culture as they were in, watching bands, to the point where there was no divide between those scenes anymore. People seem to have a handle on both. In some ways, maybe it's almost like we've come back to a lot of dance music culture and club culture in making this record. I guess, yeah, going back to Melbourne got me excited about, the dance scene back home and some of the cool underground nights, which then sort of translated to, just feeling reconnected to some of this older dance music stuff. When we first started the record, we wanted to just have it open-ended and not have a concept or some kind of mission statement. I think we almost tried not to have rules. We just wanted to kind of, do what felt natural.
Early on, we'd sort of said if there was something that we had to toss up between two approaches, we'd try to favour just what was different.
So we kind of just started working, and I think just over time there was some pretty key influences and ideas that emerged. So yeah, I guess acid house and the sort of early UK dance music was sort of one of those big influences that seemed to run through a lot of the record. Kind of ended up tracking down a bunch of the old synthesizers and drum machines. There's certain sounds on those things that are just completely connected to that era of music, like almost a bit cheap sounding but kind of raw and attention grabbing. So yeah, definitely kind of shaped the sonic landscape of this record.
Yeah, I think that's something about that period of time where it brought different cultures together. I don't know, I think it sort of says something to the power of, music as a driver of culture to actually bring people together.
And ecstasy.
And ecstasy. The process of working out how we're going to play that live means working out what instruments are on the track to begin with and how we're even going to go about it. It's always sort of challenging.
Perception of it when you're making it is very different to what it is like at the end of 12 months or a couple of years of touring. And there are obviously some songs that the crowd really responds to more than others, and so that almost makes you think, yeah, we're pretty good.
Our music is kind of finds a way to be sort of fairly positive and optimistic, but I think within that there's sort of
levels.
Yeah, there's levels. There's always light and shade.